Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my peaches, triggers, lovers, haters, commenters, scallywags, each and every one of you, I welcome you to my channel. Well, today is going to be like a blast from the past. I'm going to throw this in here. This is where I give the tables are turned and I'm being interviewed by high school students who felt well enough of me to to be their class project. So this is a master class from Gerard. All right, thanks for watching, and remember, subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like, and I'll be right back. I'll talk to you later. Hold on, check this out. Peace.
My name is Asiel Velasquez from Buluk-Buluk, Sibulan, Negros Oriental, Philippines, and we studied in Buluk-Buluk High School. This is our class project in science, and we are going to interview the editor-in-chief of a new magazine called Filipino Soul. And now I introduce you, Gerard.
Hi, thank you. Thank you very much for coming to my home and making me important enough for to be part of your class project.
Tell us where you're from.
I am from the United States. I was born in a place called New York, which is the eastern part of the United States. I was been raised a little bit in the South in North Carolina. I've moved around a lot in the country, and I moved to the Philippines from Las Vegas. So I'm actually a transplant from Las Vegas by means of New York.
Why did you come to the Philippines?
Well, I came to the Philippines because the United States is it's not a very friendly place. I like to think, at least in the way I move around. And I wanted to go somewhere where I can live like a king. I wanted to go somewhere where people are friendlier. And I looked around different parts of Asia. I looked at Vietnam, I looked at Malaysia, I looked at Thailand, and I looked at the Philippines, and I saw that the Filipino culture and the cost of living was something that I set my sights on and decided to move to the Philippines.
Four.
Okay. Okay. That's all right.
What is it about you like about Philippines?
Well, I always like living inside of a culture. My being a Black American, in the United States, in my opinion, Blacks don't have a culture. We don't have a strong culture. Due to our history in the United States, we have been so diluted that having a strong culture, it's not like it was once upon a time. Like, I have lived in the Russian culture, I have lived in the Latin culture, I have experienced the Nigerian culture, and there's nothing like being around people who are proud of who they are. There's nothing like being around people who love who they are. There's nothing like being around people who celebrate who they are. And the Philippines, they definitely do that. They celebrate each other. There's so much love here in the Philippines, and I love the Filipino culture.
What kind of work you do to learn?
Okay, well, I started out as I'm a photographer. I'm a freelance publicity photographer. That meant that I always got called on high-profile events. That means important events. And before digital came around, when I would take pictures, my work would appear in magazines around the world. So once the digital age came out, where everybody's got a camera, you got a camera, you got a camera, you got a camera, I have decided that I had so much work that I still wanted to do, and so many important people that I knew, that I couldn't just let them go away. So that's when I decided to put a magazine together. And so that's what I do now. I do my magazine. I also breed huskies. I have my first husky. And I also, I'm still in the entertainment business kind of bit. I just got finished representing an artist who was on Showtime. Her name is Ellen Bayou. and we go to schools and we talk to the children and we put a show on for them. And currently I have another group that I'm looking to manage here, so I'm still into the entertainment business also while I'm here.
So this is my question to you. This is about science.
Okay.
And my question goes like this. Can you tell us about your opinion in the theories of evolution?
Evolution, oh my goodness. You're talking to someone who's very, evolution. My opinion on evolution has to deal with change. Because it's change in time that brings about evolution. Like for instance, if you take a seed and you plant a seed in the ground, that's a form of evolution as the seed turns into a seedling and then it grows into a tree. That's evolution. Evolution can also take place in animals. It can take place in all species. So over a period of time, we change. There has been a question about evolution versus religion, because there was a time when they thought God created man, and there was a gentleman named Darwin, I think Darwin, who challenged that thought and said that no, evolution is how man came about. He said man came from monkeys. Because he showed how monkeys used to walk on their knuckles and eventually they started walking right, and then they started walking. So yeah, that was a form of evolution that was challenged in the court and is still being questioned today. Did man come from God or did man come from monkey? So evolution has a lot to do with change.
Are you religious?
Am I religious? Oh my God. Before I answer that question, I have to tell you that I've been a Baptist, I've been a Protestant, I've been a Muslim, I've been a Jehovah's Witness. I've been exposed to a lot of religions. And I come to find out that man likes to argue about where we come from. They like to argue about where we go when we die. So I removed that argument by just simply saying that I believe in God. And if you want to live your life in good, orderly direction, that means treat people how you like to be treated yourself. Or I love you like I want you to love me. Well, then I am your brother. You are my sister. You are a part of me, and that's what I believe in. So when people ask me, am I religious? I say no, I'm spiritual, which is a lot bigger than religious. Because religion has boundaries. It's like, okay, if you believe in this religion, you can't believe in this religion. If you believe in this religion, you can't believe in that religion. But they all should believe in wanting to live your life as right and as honest as you can. So I am spiritual, to answer your question.
Gerard, you live under a two president, President Trump, President Duterte. Can you tell us opinion about president?
Yes, I can. It's so funny because right now in the United States, the government is closed, and it's closed for what a lot of people think it's not a legitimate closure of the government. Right now we have a president who I believe is a reality TV president. That means that he was on a reality show and people kind of got to like him. People want to say that he is a racist or a white supremacist, which means that he's doesn't like any other people but himself, white. I like to think of him as an opportunist. I think he's someone who if he sees an opportunity, he's going to take it. If he sees a way to make money, he's going to make it. And it doesn't matter to him if he tells you one thing and then walk over there and tell her a different thing, as long as the end result is he wins. So right now, a lot of people are suffering because of who he is and how he's behaving in the White House. I support my president. I actually hope that when Donald Trump was elected president, although he wasn't the person I voted for, I hope he would become presidential. I would hope the office would make him president, but it did not. Unfortunately, pause it.
Come back again, and this is the continuation of our interview. I have like two classmates here.
Welcome.
Miss Dawn and
Hi, Dawn.
Mrs. Joy.
Joy, hi, Joy. Joy is a very popular name in the Philippines. Okay.
So,
Very good.
Yes.
Gerald, continue about the president.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I feel like I said all there is need, my opinion on Donald Trump. I felt that he should not close the government. It's an easy thing to open up. He should open up the government, and whatever it is, decision that he needs to make about rebuilding a wall, because it's all about a wall, that he can still do it. But the government opens up because it's hurting a lot of people. Over 80,000 people are hurting and not getting paid because of the stubbornness between the leaders of my country's government. President Duterte, your president, was the main reason why I came to the Philippines, because I liked his stand on drugs. I liked how he was heavy-handed about wanting to rid the Philippines of drugs. Some people feel he's gone too far. The police are killing drug dealers or drug users. I'm sure some of you sitting here may have had an experience or something like that may have happened to a family member. But I look at it as I see him arresting policemen. I see him arresting barangay captains. I see him arresting mayors. I see him arresting high officials, because his opinion is that if you're not doing nothing to stop the drugs in your area, then you are protecting them. And if you're protecting them, you got to go. In my country, the drugs are so bad that people are just dropping dead in the street with this new drug called fentanyl. I know that since I've been in the Philippines, almost 2 years, no one has not come to me and say, Gerard, you want to buy some drugs? Gerard, you want some marijuana? Gerard, you want some cocaine? No one has. And because of that fact, because drugs are out of my life, I am able to be today the best I can be today. You see? Because that's what your president wants you to grow up and being the best you can be. And the best you can be means take away the things that are in your life that can harm you. So yes, I really, some people say he's, I watched the interview once where an American journalist raised his hand and asked President Duterte a question. He says, sir, what about the human rights violation of you killing drug dealers or you doing this? And President Gerard'S said, what about in your country, where you have police are killing unarmed black people? You're shooting them in the back. No weapons, no nothing. You're killing blacks for no reason at all. He says, before you come to my country and talk about human rights, you should ask about your country. You see, which makes a lot of sense. So to answer your question, little girl, yes, I live under two presidents. I'm glued to the TV about what President Trump is doing, but I'm also glued to the newspaper to know what your president is doing and what happens here in the Philippines. Remember, wherever you go, you should always read the newspaper, at least the first 3 pages every 3 to 4 days, so you know what's happening. You know what laws are changing. You know where you can get help. So it's very important that you always stay informed. Next question. That was a good question, little girl. Thank you for asking it.
Can you tell us about what is RNA and DNA?
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I forgot you had asked that question. RNA and DNA. Okay. You're talking to somebody who's not. I'm a didn't, but I'll give you the best explanation I can. DNA is the substance, I guess, that makes you who you are. It's your veins. It's your cells. It's your nerves. It's your blood. It's these things that make you up who you are. And it's your DNA that makes you individuals. There was a time they used to try to solve crime by looking at your hair. They take your take your hair and had two hairs matched from a crime scene, this scene, and said, "Oh, you're guilty. Your hair matched." But they found out that that was wrong. That you can't judge from that. But with DNA, 199.9.9.9%, yes, it is definite. Because we all have our own DNA. Yes, and it's your DNA that helps develop in who you are. Even as in a fetus, your DNA tells you to grow a hand, grow ears. I maybe stretch it a little bit, but your DNA is one thing's for sure, that it's the most important thing in your body, that who you are, it's your DNA. And it's your DNA that you're going to carry on to your child when you have a baby. It's your husband's DNA that's going to carry on to your child. And between those two DNAs, then that's what's going to make up your baby. You see what I'm saying? So DNA is very important. Okay. Thank you, guys.
A lot of foreigners that come in the Philippines.
Oh, right. Oh, what is RNA? Oh, let me tell you what RNA is. Okay, I don't know much about RNA, but let me tell you what RNA is. Okay, RNA, she's adorable. RNA has a lot to do with your environment. Like for instance, you have a black bear, you have a brown bear, and you have a white bear. Black and brown bear live in hot climates because the black, it's like a silk screen, like black skin. Africa, it's where black because the sun, it acts as a silk screen. Some of you are dark, some of you are light because of your genetics, your DNA that makes you have light skin, dark skin. But the darker the skin you are, the more protected you are from sunlight. That's like in Alaska or in cold climates like in Arctic, you have white bears. You have what kind of bears? Polar bears. Because polar bears they don't have as much sun. They don't need that much heat. It's cold there. So there's no need for them to have dark fur. So that's what makes them white. That's their RNA from where they're from. You have some sharks that are blind, way down in the deepest part of the ocean, where the sunlight doesn't hit. And guess what? They got no eyes. They got no eyes. They move from sonar. They eat from nerve, from feeling like this. Why? Because they don't need eyes. Why? Because no light comes down. You have different primates, like gorillas, and you have chimpanzees, and you have spider monkeys. Gorilla doesn't swing from tree to tree like it would. It's too big. It might do a little bit of tree, so as a result, it eats a lot of roughers on the ground and what it can reach, like this. That's the RNA for that gorilla. But for other monkeys who swing from tree to tree to tree, they develop long arms and they develop long tails because it's often a form of defense, being able to get away from possible threat, harm and what have you. So it develops and escape. But yes, extended limbs and what have you. You have some fish that now eat birds. You have fish that walk on the ground. Getting back to this whole topic, which is about evolution. I mean, some people feel science says that we start from a cell, but eventually that cell, developed into a worm, like an amoeba. I think called amoeba, like things like this, a single cell worm, and that single cell worm developed into eyes on a fish. And now that fish is developed into a frog. And then now it's crawling on the ground, and now it's a lizard. It's a snake. And then now, evolution, which brings us back to what we talk about evolution. Now it has developed into a different type of creature. So that's RNA. RNA has a lot to do with your environment, on how you develop certain characteristics in order to survive. Because the main thing is about surviving. That's what we're all here. We're all here to survive. you have two functions, and that's to either appropriate. Appropriate means to carry on your species. Carry on species means to have a baby, have a family, do this. And then you have another, survival. Survival means in order for you to be alive, you do whatever it takes. You know, you kill, you push, you know, cause why? Because you got to survive. You got to eat, you got to sustain. So some creatures, it's all about survival, you know. For some, it's about appropriation. That's why we have love, we have family, we have growth like this. So you see? So that's what that, okay. Next question.
A lot of foreigners that come in the Philippines looking for a wife. Do you plan to find your wife when you are looking?
I can't believe you asked that question. She asked me, a lot of foreigners come to the Philippines and look for wives or what have you. Well, without going into a lot of details, honestly, I come to the Philippines for three also reasons. I come to get my glasses, my new glasses, to get my teeth fixed, which I did, and have a baby. Yes. So I'm here in the Philippines because I like to have another child. I like to have an opportunity to have unconditional love. You see, that's the love that a child and the love we have as parents, you can't take that away. You know, they can develop in wherever it is, but you still have that unconditional love. I think.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too long. I always find it refreshing when people are interested in me, and ask questions of me. And that was high schoolers asking questions, and I enjoyed that. All right, so I'm going to end it right here. I know it's a little long. Dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation One Tongue, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a woman, have a man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. No, I'll tell you about that later. All right, I'll talk to you later. Go out and make it the best day of your life. Ciao.